So a lot's been going on with Nightwing, and strangely enough, being that he's like one of my top 5 favorite superheroes, I've barely covered him on this channel. Now in the last couple years, he's been thrown through the ringer. His identity got revealed to the public, he then died, came back to life and became a secret agent, then became Nightwing again, then got shot and couldn't remember who he was, becoming Rick Grayson, riding taxis and brawling in underground fight clubs, and that's as far as I'm willing to talk about that era. And now after Bruce Wayne has lost everything, along with Alfred's death, Nightwing has become a billionaire, striving to make the city of Bloodhaven a better place. Now, I'll eventually make a long and extensive video about Nightwing after I finally finish the James Gordon Jr. vid that's been taking way too long to finish. But today I wanted to talk about Nightwing issue 105, which lets you, the reader, see through Nightwing's eyes what a usual day for the crime fighter looks like. So let's read about it. As we start the story, it's entirely through the eyes of Dick Grayson, waking up beside Barbara Gordon as she comments that he should really brush his teeth, until his dog ends up slobbering all over him. This gets Dick Grayson to finally wake up and get ready for superheroing for the day, as he gets a call from his sister that a biological weapon has been stolen and is loose in Bloodhaven by the villains known as the Double Dare. So with not much time left to spare, they run to their suits, and suit up to save the day while commenting that stealing biological weapons isn't really the pair of villains' MO. But as they both jump from the building, we get to see what Nightwing's point of view looks like, swinging from skyscraper to skyscraper. They eventually make their way to one of Bloodhaven's trains en route to another train holding the biological weapon. And once it's spotted by Nightwing, the duo prepare to make a jump. So on 3, they both jump. But when Batgirl lands, she falls from the side of the train, nearly dying if not caught by Nightwing at the last second. Getting their bearings, they eventually enter the train cart, only to immediately find one of the Double Dares, Aliki, freaking out because there are some really dangerous people after her, which is why she stole the train in the first place. And as she runs away, she also adds that she kicked the driver and all the other passengers off the train. And as she makes a break for it, Nightwing says that she's good, but they're better, as a pair of handcuffs catch Aliki's hands. Once caught, Aliki says that she missed the chasing and the grabbing, to which Batgirl gets a little disgusted by Nightwing. But Nightwing, dodging the subject, asks where her sister and the weapon are, to which Aliki says her sister's been taken and there is no weapon, it's just a vaccine and it's in her. So basically what happened was Double Dare were hired to claim a vaccine for a wild disease spreading in Vlatava from a company called Shell Pharmaceuticals. However, everything went wrong, so to ensure they got the vaccine to save Vlatava, Aliki injected herself with the vaccine while her sister got captured in the process. Hearing this, Nightwing and Batgirl get an idea to save her sister and not give Shell the vaccine in the process. So Batgirl dresses up as Aliki to draw out Shell, even asking how she looks in the outfit to Nightwing. But Nightwing refuses to answer because it's definitely a trap. In the midst of joking around, Nightwing sees a missile heading straight for them and tries to brace for impact. But everything happens so fast, explosions, glass shattering, and metal grinding metal. Once Nightwing comes to, he finds that Shell is taking Batgirl away, and seeing as how they blew up a train, they clearly aren't going to let Aliki and Nightwing go free. So they both run to the nearest fire escape as fast as humanly possible. Reaching the top of the building, they have nowhere left to go, so Nightwing shoots his grapple onto the building across the street, and grabs Aliki, swinging directly into the building. Once in the building, chaos ensues in the office as they both run for the elevator, with Nightwing yelling like his life depends on it for the workers to hold the door. After getting in the elevator, it becomes an insanely awkward elevator ride down to the garage. But before leaving, a girl says she's a big fan of Nightwing. After that, Nightwing proceeds to borrow a motorcycle and heads out into the city to track down Batgirl at a nearby abandoned warehouse where Shell have her captive. So when Nightwing and Aliki arrive 3 blocks away from the warehouse, he promises he'll save her sister even if they are villains, because they need help. But entering the warehouse, Batgirl pretty much has everything under control already, even saying that if Nightwing wants, she could tie herself up again once they're done. But in the middle of fighting, a voice comes over the intercom telling everyone in the room to stop fighting and to have a word with Nightwing alone, somewhere private. Nightwing agrees and whispers to Batgirl to take the sister 3 blocks over where Aliki is waiting. Soon after, Nightwing arrives at Shell Pharmaceuticals and meets Lyle Shelton, owner of the business, who for some reason keeps calling Nightwing Mr. Wing, in which Lyle gets right down to business by saying that Nightwing aided criminals into stealing his company's vaccine and will be hearing from his lawyers very, very soon. But Nightwing's a billionaire now, so he's got even better lawyers. So as Nightwing makes his leave, Lyle calls Nightwing Mr. Wing again, which ticks Nightwing off, so he says that it's one word: Nightwing, not Mr. Wing. It would be like him calling Lyle Mr. Hole. Once the whole debacle would come to an end, Double Dare left town and even returned the motorcycle Nightwing borrowed. And Nightwing would fill in Batgirl that they have a new problem to take care of with Lyle Shelton. And as they swing off through Bloodhaven, Batgirl teases Nightwing about the costume, saying that she may keep it for some chasing and grabbing, ending the story. I gotta say I really dug this comic, especially for doing something wildly different, by putting you, the reader, in the perspective of Nightwing, swinging through Bloodhaven and fighting bad guys. It's just so awesome. And am I the only one thinking that they should do this for a Spider-Man comic in the future? I'm actually surprised they haven't done it already. But I hope y'all like this story, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and support your local comic shops, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.